I understand desire is the root cause of evil, but I still keep on desiring. And the guilt that I'm still desiring makes me desire even more. How do I stop? It's true, no? The guilt will make you desire even more. Why that happens, though, is interesting. Because guilt is suffering. And suffering leads you to want happiness. If you're happy, you won't seek out happiness. If you're happy, you won't have any reason to desire. So it's not the guilt that makes you desire more, it's the suffering. You have to find happiness. It's the only answer. Your meditation shouldn't be a stressful or a painful experience. Even though you might experience great pain and great stress in the meditation, your reaction to it should be the one that leads you to find peace and happiness, to pacify, to quench, to extinguish the fire of desire and guilt. This is why I say when you look at the desire, when desire comes up, you have to accept it and all the parts of it, especially the pleasure. Because once you reach the happiness, you don't need the desire anymore. So if you focus on whatever happiness comes from desire, which is the pleasure and so on, then the desire will disappear. If you just say to yourself, happy, happy, or feeling, focusing on the actual experience, then you find the desire will quite quickly fade away. And when you have the suffering of the guilt, this is even more important, because suffering is what makes you strive after happiness. And as long as you have suffering, you'll always be striving to remove it and to bring about happiness, pleasure and happiness. So when there's guilt, it's actually suffering. Focus on the suffering and react in such a way that you're okay with it, that your mind is no longer suffering as a result. Your mind is no longer reacting with suffering, which is, quite clearly to be mindful of it. When you say to yourself, angry, guilt, feeling, or guilty, or however you say it, and when you clearly see the experience, you find your mind relaxing, you find your mind letting go. And it has to be repeated. It has to be repetitive. You have to continue to do this from moment to moment, because it'll come back. You can't say, okay, I did it and I solved it. Next moment it's going to come back, and it'll be even more persistent. So you have to be patient and work on it.